Yes! Greetings and welcome once again to another jam-packed, exciting episode of What's in the Box. Now for this special live stream episode, we're coming to you live, so anything can happen. We are going to talk about one of the biggest events of every new year here in Toyland, Assembly Required. It is our annual Asheville Designer Toy Expo, and it is so much fun every single year. You know, the new year happens and I'm like, whatever, I don't care about that. I am excited for this. Right here, Assembly Required, Asheville's only Designer Toy Expo, happens the first weekend of February every year. Now, before we talk about that, I want to talk about something special that came out this year at Assembly Required, and that right here, I'm going to get rid of that for now. All right, that right here is this, a special release this year at Assembly Required, the Cousin TL action figure. Let's take a look at that. There it is. Look at how amazing this is. An exclusive release put out by Hip Hop Toys and Remakes Plethora, special for this year. And I believe that we do have a little commercial provided by our friends at Chicken Burger Disco, which will explain a little bit more about this toy and why it is special and a special release this year.
Detroit's DJ Cousin TL has been connecting everyone with his 3-hour radio show.
Thank-free radio.
Asheville FM is a loving part of the Assembly Required Designer Toy Expo in Asheville, North Carolina. This year, Cousin TL learned that he had sadly been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Cousin TL has always been a beacon for independent music and a connecting voice in Asheville, so we wanted to help him in any way family can. That's why Hip Hop Toys and Remakes Plethora have created 100 $25 custom action figures of Cousin TL. Every $25 custom action figure sold is a celebration of life for Cousin TL and is a donation directly to his GoFundMe. They will be available in person at Asheville, North Carolina's Assembly Required Designer Toy Expo, February 3rd and 4th.
Cousin TL's Thank-Free Radio.
All right, so 100%. All of the proceeds of the sales of this figure go directly to Cousin TL, who is a dear friend of our community, a friend of mine for many, many years. In fact, one of the oldest friends that I have here in Asheville, North Carolina. I met him almost probably 15 years ago. Not only is he a big toy enthusiast, but he is also a big comic book fan. So me and TL used to hang out at the local comic shop and talk about our favorite comics and things that were coming out and our favorite artists and characters and all of that kind of stuff for hours at the comic shop. And he has been our DJ at Assembly Required for the past 5 years. This year, of course, he could not make it. So if you would like to support not only Assembly Required, but the Asheville community at large and our extended family, down there in the link below, you can find a direct link to this toy and you can buy one. The reason I showed it to you first, it was the first thing that I bought at the expo this year. I went right away to the table of Hip Hop Toys and bought the TL action figure. As you heard, he was a long-time radio DJ on Asheville FM, as well as just a very fun, great person. So we would love your support in purchasing this toy if you're an Asheville fan, or if you're a toy fan, hip-hop fan, music fan, whatever. That $25 goes straight to Cousin TL and his family. So show your support. We would love to see it. We'd love to sell 100 more of those toys right now. So check the link down below. All right, I'm going to put that right there so that he can hang out with us the whole time. And Now, moving right along. This year was Assembly Required, Asheville's Designer Toy Expo. It was, in fact, our 6th year of the show. So we've been doing the show for 6 years, and it is always, always delightful. It is like no other thing that you could possibly go to. It is a very intimate toy show, and all of the artists, all of the vendors selling the toys are independent artists that are making everything by hand. Action figures and robots and kaiju, vinyl monsters, and more. It's so awesome. Everyone has so much fun, and it has become quite like a family reunion year after year. We see many repeat faces, not only with the artists involved, but also with the audience that comes back and has grown with us. So mark your calendars now. I'm giving you 1 year's advance notice. It always happens the first weekend in February. And we have a little commercial to play that will explain the show maybe a little bit more if you're not understanding me correctly.
Unboxing Asheville presents Assembly Required, the Asheville Designer Toy Expo, February 3rd and 4th at the Grey Eagle. See examples of art, toys, urban vinyl, and other forms of display collectibles from local artists and artists from across North America. Find out more at assemblyrequired.net.
All right, well, there's a little commercial for Assembly Required. So much fun, I have to tell you, and I got some amazing toys to share with you myself, because of course every year going to Assembly Required, my collection grows just a little bit more. We already know we're running out of room in the toy castle, but we're building more additions and rooms and places to store away our toys all the time, so it's fine. It'll all work out. Now this year for 2024, we had a total of 32 artists. It was huge this year. Many awesome names here at the show. We had Figure Fetish, who you've seen before on our show and has been a long-time contributor to Assembly Required since the very first show, and I think has been a part of every single one. We had Magitarius, who makes some amazing vinyl kaiju and yokai. Maybe we'll see some more of that. General Porpoise, the Mothman Republic, Death and Strawberries, Claptor's Universal Robots, which are always beautiful, and he has been a part of the show many years in the past as well. We had Plastic Vomit Customs, Fiend, Ocular Rhombus Toys, who is new this year, but I think was a big hit, and everyone was excited about the things that they brought. Our good friend Pikmin's Vinyls from Professor Pikmin, also Edwin Salas, Zero Pop Art, One Trick Pony, also a long-time part of our show at Assembly Required. We had Vomiting Droids, Hanno Doom, Dirt House Vinyls, Spirit Ditch Toy, Carolina Cool Cat, Kier Customs, who has been before many times, Resin Blood, who is also a long-time contributor to the show and a fan favorite, as well as Mountain Town Toys, False Idols, Triple Bummer. All of those artists have been in the past and always contribute something unique and beautiful. Cactus Cowboy Cartoons, that's a new one to me. The Resin Rogue, our good friends at Cherry Moth Cake, Monster Bloodbath, Kelsius Collins, a friend from New Orleans, Louisiana, Pocket Salsa, Hip Hop Toys, and then, of course, MJC, who is our founder and creator of the show. MJC Toys also had some very cool things I liked a lot on hand right up at front. So those were all of the people that were involved in the show and their logos. Of course, our wonderful sponsors this year were Morgan's Comics, Asheville FM, of course, and we were hosted by the Grey Eagle, which is a phenomenal venue where I do lots and lots of performances and shows at. And then once again, we were treated by a visit from the Girl Scouts, selling everyone their cookies in the vestibule, which is always delightful. And the kids that come with the Girl Scouts walk around every year, and they always have such a fun time looking at a room full of weird toys that you could never see anywhere else except for assembly required. So that was all very cool and very fun, and that was at the Grey Eagle, February 3rd and 4th. Now, also, I should tell you that every year, as part of a tradition with the festival, I myself not only display my toys and try and sell them, and I do mean try, but I also produce the official after party, a special edition of the Wham Bam Puppet Slam. Look at that, Toybox gloriously rendered in light bright for our flyer this year. The Wham Bam Puppet Slam was, of course, hosted at Citizen Vinyl, which is a record pressing plant here in Asheville. They make records there, but they also have a top-rated bar and little food area, and also they sell the records that they make right there in the house. It's very cool. And half of the place is a big record machine where they press the records, and the other half is a venue and store. So check out Citizen Vinyl, check out some of the events that are going on there, because they have events every weekend and they're always different and always fun. But they were host of the Wham Bam Puppet Slam this year for our after party, which I have to say was huge. We had so many people. I heard there was over 100 people in attendance, and everyone had lots of fun. So let's talk about the artists that we had in the Puppet Slam for the after party this year. Were Rain Jessic. Here's a picture of Rain doing her shadow puppet show. And we had Edwin Solis, a local fan favorite artist who makes toys and does puppet shows, and it was a special treat to see Edwin do his puppet show of Frijalito. Everyone enjoyed it quite a bit. There was lots of laughs. We also had a new friend, David Paris from Atlanta, Georgia, who is making a big splash there with some puppetry and working in the Puppet Slams and XPT shows, experimental puppet shows in Atlanta, Georgia. And everyone has been raving about him. I met him a few times recently and wanted to bring him down, and he was available. So that was tons of fun. And then, of course, we had our longtime contributor, Mr. Lion Forrest Hill of the Columbia Marionette Theater. Lion has performed several times over the years at Assembly Required. I think almost every single one. I think there may have been a couple that he missed, but he's almost always performing at Assembly Required Puppet Slam. And Lion is a good friend of mine for many, many, many years. Over a decade, we've been pals, and he's from the Columbia Marionette Theater, which you can go and see puppet shows in Columbia, South Carolina every weekend. And he's working on lots of exciting things there. Speaking of Lion Forest Hill, I'll have more news on that in a second. But of course, at the Puppet Slam, I myself also performed puppet shows to the delight of our audience, and I also hosted and organized the show as usual. And there should be a nice picture of us in the venue so we can see what it looked like if you were there. Look at all those people having fun. What a beautiful place. So if you are interested, this will happen again the first weekend of February. Mark your calendars now so I don't have to hear next year from you saying, oh, maybe next year. I was too busy. I forgot. Like, I'm telling you right now, it'll happen in 1 year from now, the first weekend of February. It is the best part of every new year. Now, speaking about Mr. Lion Forest Hill, coming up, this is coming up at the end of the month. We have a very special engagement. We will be doing a dinner theater puppet show, and we have a commercial for that. All right, so put that in your calendars. You can buy tickets now. The spaces are very limited. It is a special dinner and a puppet show. We have a very intimate, personalized performance that we are going to present to you on February 29th at the Argo Room with a gourmet meal provided by Jargon Restaurant. So you get an amazing 3-course meal. You can look up the information. The menu is already listed. There's different options that you can get on the menu. And then we'll have fantastic puppetry by myself and Lion Hill, which will be a unique, one-of-a-kind experience. And we hope to see you there if you live locally here in Asheville. So that is coming up. Mark your calendars. But now, do you really all just want to hear me gab on and on, non-stop, rapid fire? Just talking. I mean, obviously, you can see that I finished this giant cup of coffee here just before coming on, and so I have been talking quite a bit. Or do you want to see some toys? Do you want to see the toys that I got at Assembly Required? Show me in the comments. Where are all the people? Who is here tonight? I haven't even checked in. Do we have, wow, 3,000 people are watching on Hulu. That's fantastic. I didn't think so many people would be watching. On Hulu. We're streaming live on all platforms tonight across the world, internationally, everywhere. It's what you want to see. So, I've been to the puppet show. Yes, I do the puppet show. It is fantastic. I love the puppet show. It's one of my favorite parts. So if you love toys and puppets, come to Assembly Required next year. All right, let's look at some toys that we got, because we got lots and lots of fun things this year. Let's start off with some people that were new to me, some new artists to me that I just loved, and I made sure to get some things from. This is from, first we have some very cool things from Dirt House Vinyl. You can find them on Instagram, Dirt House Vinyls, and let's see if we can go to the toy camera. All right, now look here. These are little interchangeable things. So there's 3 tops, and here is 3 bottoms, and you can mix these up and put them however you like. So it was very hard. It was very hard for me to make choices of just a couple of these, because all of them, I have to tell you, were fantastic fun. I loved every single one. I wanted to get a complete set, but there was like millions of them, and you can sort of set them up however you like. Let's see a good close-up of that one. Oh yeah, that looks great. So there you see, you just heat this up with your hair dryer and then pop it right in there, and you can make little things, and you can switch it up however you like. Here, let me try that. Ooh. There we go. Look at that. So it could be also this guy, or maybe it's weird frog alien, or we could put these purple legs on him, or this horse body. I don't know. But these were very fun, and you can find these from Dirt House Vinyl. They have all sorts of arrangements and different ones you can get, and I think they were about $4 a piece. $4 a piece for one of those little guys. Mix and match it how you want. I thought it was a very fun thing. I look forward to playing with them right after this show. You know, many times I don't play with my toys until after we show them on the show. Yes, look at that. Our friend Professor Pickman being helpful and explaining where to find them. Dirt House on Big Cartel. I'm sure a quick Google search will bring you right there. Also, I got this little guy from Carolina Cool Cat with a sticker as well. It's sort of a bubblegum colored deep sea explorer. And I got a little sticker to go with it as well. So isn't that cool? We got this little bubblegum colored sea explorer and a sticker from Carolina Cool Cat. Another new toy maker to me was this fellow here. I'm not quite sure how to say it. I think it is Kageki Toys. There we go. We got a couple of stickers from Kageki Toys and some cool figures. I loved this one. This one here was, if you zoom in there, it's a muscle figure of the famous hand muscle figure dressed as a power glove from Nintendo. So I actually want to open this one up and see what it looks like, because this is going right on my Muscle Men shelf. As longtime fans of our show know, I love those Muscle Men. Kajeki? I don't know. Thank you, Professor Pickman. All right, here he is. Look at this. Very cool. Of course, the most classic muscle figure of all time. This is the one that everyone wanted as a kid and was very hard to find. Super rare figure. But then on the back, he's wearing a Nintendo Power Glove. Completely awesome. Absolutely love this and was very happy to find it. Also, from the same artist, let me see if I can do this a little bit better with my pliers. I got this figure, which I believe was quite popular because in other people posting about their toy hauls from Assembly Required, I saw other people pick this one up as well. Let me remove these staples and then I can show you. I think you'll be excited about this. Here we go. Almost there. All right. This one is called, it is a Wardukalorian. So it is a mashup of two of the most beloved 1980s toys of all times, Boba Fett and Warduke. How cool is that? I mean, that's really the coolest thing ever. And so let's take a look at this figure. Here he comes. Smells fantastic. And there he is. He's got a little bit of translucent green plastic on the body. He does have some articulation. The head moves, and also his arms move. Very cool. I absolutely loved it. I know exactly where this is going to go in our toy collection, and I believe many other people snatched one of these up as well. There you go, Wardukalorian. He's no good to me, Dad. There he is. All right. Let's see what else we got. Those were from Kajeki. Esmeralda the puppet is here. Our good friend Esmeralda we will see in New Orleans coming up in just a very short time, April 4th through the 8th at our big festival there. So if you want to have a ton of fun and you missed out this weekend, come to New Orleans, April 4 to the 8th, and see me and the beautiful Esmeralda the puppet. Great times there. All right. I guess I should show you these. Are you interested in seeing the new toy that I made this year? Can't wait. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Well, yeah, I'm so glad you're excited about this. Now, I developed a new toy this year for Assembly Required, and let's see if we can... There are a few of them left, but of course, maybe I can make some more, because a lot of them sold out. So here it is. This is my new toy. Now, I have a concept and everything with this figure. These will be part of a new series I call Grumpwumps, and they are actually the arch nemesis of Ragamuffins. So look at that cutie. You could own this. Maybe we'll put some in the store. They are $25 a piece. So let me know if you're interested in getting them, or if you're interested in me developing a whole new series and other characters involved with the Grumpwumps, or tell me it is a stupid idea and that I should stop, and I will. I mean, I can do other things. I have puppet shows to make as well, but I like them. We have a few left, so we'll put those up in the shop for all of you. Now, of course, always, whenever I go to different places around the world, friends and fans will find me and bring offerings to the Toy Witch. Free things for me, which I always love that. And our friend Lars, who I know from the theater world here in Asheville, brought me this, and it's a whole bag of eyeballs. Look at all of these eyeballs. So there's various assortments of eyeballs that I can use on puppets or dolls or whatever. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to use them, but I have a ton of them. So thank you for that, Lars, for a big thing of eyeballs. Also, I wanted to show you all this, which is fun. This was a little toy that was given to me, there we go, by my friend Amy West, near the Boston area, but it didn't have the hat. Maybe you saw this in a previous episode. So I asked my friend Becca Cook if she could make me a little Toybox hat for this little crocheted character. And of course, she went to lunch and came back in an hour, completely assembled. And that's a fun thing I should show you. Becca is a doll maker. A couple months ago, right before Christmas, we did this, the Odd Doll exhibit, which is what I wrote my notes on for today's show. But it is an adjacent world to Assembly Required. It's an art doll show that we had before Christmas. So if you remember seeing anything about that. And here's a fun thing I found also getting ready for the show. If you ever wondered what the process is here like in Toyland, this was the prototype of the flyer that I sent to my graphics department and said, can you please make this? So there is my original drawing, and then here is what it turned out to be. So there's a little bit of behind the scenes for you. Look at that. It worked out perfectly. So that's some fun stuff there. All right, moving right along. Let's see what other things we got at Assembly Required. I did get a bunch of stickers. Here's one that I got from Monster Bloodbath. And the Monster Bloodbath told me, they said, hey, Toybox, do you mind if I do a drawing of you? I have a great idea to do a drawing of Toybox. And of course I was like, Geez, you could do a whole comic book if you want. I mean, you really want to do a drawing of me, and they were very excited about it. So I got this sticker from Monster Bloodbath, and hopefully we'll see that illustration soon. Also, we were visited at both the toy show and at the Puppet Slam by our good friends from the Deviled Eggs, who I have been performing with quite frequently in the last year. Phenomenal theatrical musical duo based here in Asheville, and they had new stickers, so they gave us a couple of those. Follow the Deviled Eggs, see what's going on with them. They do lots of cool sideshow and circus, burlesque, and more. So thank you, Deviled Eggs, for that. Of course, I got a few things from my good friend Edwin Salas. Edwin, as you saw, was a part of the toy show, is a big hit every year with his unique wooden creations, but also a phenomenal world-renowned puppeteer. So he was part of both shows with me. I think the only other person involved with the event that had a big part of both the after party and the toy show. So I got some things from Edwin. He gave me this little luchador Mexican bootleg Spider-Man, which I absolutely love. Look at that. Body slam! All right, so I got this cool Spider-Man Mexican bootleg. And then he gave me this little guy here. Just a little guy. Maybe he can go on our muscle shelf. All right, and then I got this because I liked it and I thought it was fun. I liked the card art. It is Edwin Salas Wars Sesame Creepy Street. Look at that. So that is lots of fun. I got from Edwin Salas, our good friend, who just had a birthday the day before Valentine's Day. Happy birthday, Edwin. I hope you had a blast. We had a party the other night and it was very fun. All right. Also, if you have been watching our show for many years now, you will be familiar with this artist who has been a part of Assembly Required since the very beginning, also helped out when we did virtually assembled the year that we couldn't do it in person and had a whole online show. These are from Figure Fetish and very cool. So let's see, this one is these are a bunch of swear words in Star Wars languages as stickers. So look at that. There's that, and there is, what a fun and unique idea that is. So these are in alien Star Wars languages, and they're all swear words, so that's fun. I got this, which is a Surf and Safari Mandalorian on the beach, and I'm going to take her out and show her to you, just like that part where all the Mandalorians were on the beach and they were fighting that giant dragon or whatever that was. Here you go, look at this. What a cutie. A little bikini Mandalorian. Very cute. All right, and then I got one other figure here from Figure Fetish, which was Little Green Man. Yes, thank you, Edwin. Happy birthday, and thank you for all that you contributed this year to our show. All right, here we have a little green man from Figure Fetish, and there is the card art there on the front. And then here on the back, and this has a QR code, so if you're watching at home, I don't know what it does, but maybe you can scan that with your phone later and get a surprise, and it'll probably be fun because Figure Fetish does lots of fun things. And here is the little green man that I got. I quite like it. It has some sort of weird alien fox head, and it does have an arm articulation here. So, very cool. I love it. And then Figure Fetish gave me a box of a little bag, a baggie of mystery things. So let's see what that is. Here they are. Well, this is great. I'm going to just do this. Just a bunch of little wind-up toys, because really, I mean, this is all it takes. That's all it takes to impress me as wind-up toys. I always love them. I have a huge collection of them. Mwah! So thank you to Figure Fetish for some Halloween wind-up toys. That is fantastic. Now, Figure Fetish has also been helping out our friend Magitarius to vend some stuff at the shows over the years. And so I did get an awesome piece from Magitarius. Magitarius is one of my favorite artists working in the vinyl medium, creating beautiful kaiju and also yokai. Yokai are characters from Japanese folklore, sort of water spirits and nature spirits and things like that. And so I got this from Magitarius. It's a little kappa, which is a yokai turtle spirit, very famous yokai. I loved the colors on this one and the shape and everything. It was just very cool. And so I got that. And the kappas always have this little bowl. Sometimes it's a bowl that they can carry water on top of their head. Sometimes it's a little bald spot. But if you're interested in yokai, there's some phenomenal movies that you can watch. The Yokai Wars, Yokai Monsters, all of that kind of things. Old, fantastic rubber suit, tokusatsu style characters, and I love it. I just love it. So there was that. Also, longtime contributor to Assembly Acquired, I think a part of every single show. And also just a really wonderful person that I always enjoy being around was our friend Fiend. And Fiend makes all sorts of, here's a couple stickers. Yes, thank you. This is a new old set. We've used it before, but not for a while, because usually we do. It's changed. It always changes. Every episode is different. But we do have some stickers here from Fiend. That is fun. And I got this figure. Now, let me explain something about this. Many years ago, before Assembly Required was even a thing, we did a art toy show in Athens, Georgia, around 2017, 2018, one of those years, I don't know. And it was myself, Mr. Blank Toys, Fiend, Buzzard Guts, who many in the designer toy world will know is a legend, and Edwin Salas. And so Fiend had one of this particular toy, and I loved it, but I was like, oh, I can't buy anything. I need to sell. I need to make money. I'm traveling out of town. And I didn't get one. And then they were gone for many years, but they popped back up this year. And so I got one. It is called a Capsule Wraith. And here it is. Just love it. Gruesome, phantasmagorical, eerie, weird, alien, zombie type thing. Just look at that. It's gorgeous. So I'm very happy to finally have one of these, because I wanted one for many years, and then every year I'd see him again and say, oh, when are you going to make those creeps again? And he was like, oh, well, I quit making those. I'm making different stuff now, but these came back, and I finally own one for my collection. So that is super fun. All right. Also, longtime contributor to Assembly Required, who are here once again this year, were Cherry Moth Cake. And I got some things from Cherry Moth Cake. First of all, I got this little guy. Look at that cutie. Some sort of little psychedelic ghosty. Very cool. I got that, and I got some stickers. And, ooh, this one. And also this one. And a couple little tiny pins. I don't know if you can zoom in to read those, but I got those little pins. It says, "I'm not sorry for what I did to you while we were in the Badlands." Well, what is that all about? I'm not sure, but I think that it might have something to do with this. And now this is a brand new thing that Cherry Moth Cake has been developing for a little while now. And this is so cool. This is the artwork and packaging. I almost don't want to rip it because it's got a nice screen print here, but I'm going to do it anyway, carefully, because what's inside is very exciting. And it is this. It is a new card game that they have been developing for the last year or two, I think, and it does have the rules here. All right, there are the game rules, and on the back, how to set up the game. And let's take a look at some of the cards here. I have a little All right, so there's several different types of cards here. Let's take a look at some of those. So all have fantastically cool artwork by Cherry Moth Cake, and these all look fantastic and cool. And you know, I was thinking, friends, I could read this, and I could figure out how to play this card game, or even better, I could invite Cherry Moth Cake onto the show to talk about the game themselves and tell us more and explain it to me in person. So, who's on the line? All right, there they are. Cherry Moth Cake, hello. Surprise.
Hello.
Tell us about your new exciting card game. I have it right here in my hands. I opened it for the first time just now with you here in person.
Well, hey, it's super cool to have us on and talk about the card game. We would be remiss if we didn't start off with accessories.
An accessory. Now, I did not get the accessory, but that is gorgeous. So that is like the playmat for the game.
Exactly. We just got these playmats printed in a tin, freshly stocked in our web store. But what good is a playmat if you don't know how the game works?
Wait, tell us your web store right away so that everyone knows, and then we'll remind them again.
All right. It's cherrymothcake.myshopify.com.
Cherry-moth-cake. or Shopify.com, or if you just go to cherrymothcake.com, you can click through.
That might be the easier way. That's
All right.
which way through.
Fantastic, because I think that, we have thousands and thousands of viewers on this show, and they're all going to be going there after they buy that TL action figure to get one of these exciting new games. So tell us about the game then.
So the premise of the game is you and your players at the table with you are adventurers. And the thing you want most in the entire world is this sword, the blessed blade of the Badlands. You have to journey through the Badlands and clear some obstacles to get there. You can use a playmat if you want. You don't need one. You can just play it on the table if you don't feel like being extra. There's 3 types of obstacles that you can encounter. They're color-coded. We have green color, which is a terrain-based obstacle. We have red-based color, or a picture-based obstacle. I like this green, just FYI. And you have blue for an obstacle that is magical. You're going to have some cards in your hand. You're going to draw a card, you're going to play a card. For your move, you can either play a card to help yourself defeat your obstacles, or you can play a card that ruins the day of your opponent. It's a 50-50 split, so you're going to have to make a decision. People have really lost this game due to spite and hubris, and it is never not hilarious.
We deliver on the promise.
Fantastic. So there is some strategy involved when you're playing against a player. And how long does one match or game take? What is the time period?
2-player game could be as quick as 10 or 15 minutes, maybe as long as 25 or 30. Those are really both ends of the extreme. A 4-player game is usually a half hour to 40 minutes.
Fantastic. That sounds perfect. And I imagine, now correct me if I'm wrong about this, but I imagine that this is the first series, but then eventually there could potentially be expansion kits that have new cards and abilities on them.
Absolutely. We've already got the first expansion pack mapped out. We're going to put a Kickstarter up for the main release of this game this spring. We did a self-published first run of just a few hundred decks. And then the main release, and then we get to publishing the expansion packs. And the first expansion pack will be more things to mess with people, everybody's favorite treacherous thing to encounter, traps.
Fantastic. That sounds very cool. And I noticed that it looks like Nick has this symbol on his shirt.
It's true. I printed it on his shirt while I had the ink and the stencil out.
Super cool. So you have some apparel related to this series as well. And I have to tell you, just looking at my game card, I got number 1 because of course I'm the best. So I got the first edition number 1 right there. Look. Oh wait, yeah. What happened?
They're here.
Oh, yeah. So isn't that cool? I feel very special now, having the first one. So that's fun. I think that hopefully we'll get a chance to play it sometime soon. And I wish you great success on this. I think it's a fantastic idea. I know that I was talking to you both last year, and it was something that was still in development, but almost ready. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it was ready last year as well, or no, it came out this year.
We came last year with, I think, the first printed on the worst paper test deck.
The prototype.
I think we might have picked it up the day or two before we left.
The paper wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. It was medium good. These are nice cardstock, though.
They
thick.
are very nice. I was just fondling them, and of course I always love a game where the object is to obtain a mythical weapon of destruction. That's my favorite type of game, really. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's all I could ever hope for in life. Well, great. And hopefully we'll hear more about the development of the game as it happens. I remember talking a little that there was going to be sort of other things involved, maybe a podcast or some other promotional things. What can you tell us about that?
We are working on a podcast. It'll be a short story anthology series. All the characters, all the creatures, every item in the Badlands has a backstory. And as of right now, we're the only two people who know it, and that seems silly. So there's going to be a short story anthology podcast to kind of do filling in the blanks, do some world building so you guys playing the game understand why someone has the power that they have or why a tool exists.
Very cool. Now, yes, you're bringing us all here to the real reason that I wanted you on the show. Your game is, this is cool. But I am a master of the internet, and I have been following the internet since its very inception, and many things that are on the internet. And I know that, well, you have perhaps some celebrity cats at your house who are potentially even more interesting than the two of you, which, is mind-boggling. But can we get a hello from? Is this Merlin?
That's
the famous
Merlin.
Internet cat.
Camera shy.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Look at that baby face. I saw a picture of him recently that I absolutely loved, but I think I love everyone. And who is this one?
This is Biscuit, so named because he likes to make biscuits.
Oh my goodness, what a baby. Biscuit? Wait, not so many pictures of Biscuit I see on the internet. I see a lot of the big two, as they say, Merlin and Arthur.
Well, Biscuit is very bad at being still. Every picture of Biscuit looks like a Bigfoot sighting. It's just a blur and some camera. What am I gonna do?
Not so good with the selfies, I guess, as Arthur
Terrible.
and Merlin are.
Oh no, the other boys are big hams. I think Nick has gone on an Arthur quest right now, actually.
Yes, and so are Arthur and Merlin going to be characters in your game? Because I think if you're doing any sort of world building, they deserve a place. I mean, the famous King of Britannia and his wizard escort, whatever. Oh my goodness, there he is!
There he is. The
Look at
blue-eyed.
that face. Look at these eyes. What a pretty boy.
Oh, he's not going to show you how beautiful his eyes are.
Oh. Well, how exciting to have such big celebrities on our show, and then also their cats as well. That is fantastic. I loved seeing that, and now you are both near the Baltimore area, correct?
Correct.
One of my favorite cities. Longtime fans of myself will know that I love Baltimore, love all of the creative, wonderful people in that region, and all of the things that are happening. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Very excited to play the game. Tell us again the title of the game and where we can all find it to buy it.
The full title is The Blessed Blade of the Badlands. You can buy the game and the accessories on our website. If you just go to cherrymothcake.com, cherry moth cake, think foodbugfood.com. You can link through to our website. You can see updates on what we're doing. Check out our social media as well.
Well, that's fantastic. I can't wait to see more. Look at that baby. Oh my goodness. We could just watch that for the rest of the show. We don't even need to talk about all this stuff. But really stealing the show. Well, excited to hear about more updates with the game and where it goes, how it develops. I hope lots of people get it and have fun playing it. I heard some stories already about some people that got it a couple weekends ago at the expo, and they loved it. And I also heard a rumor that someday there might be a special edition Toybox card that you could get maybe as a golden ticket in a candy bar or something.
That is a very distinct possibility. You will have to stay tuned and come see us next year in Asheville, I suppose.
Oh, so everyone mark your calendars. First weekend of February. Maybe there'll be an exclusive card if you find the golden ticket. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming. Everyone check out Cherry Moth Cake and all of the awesome things that they do. Not only are they making this really cool card game, but also toys and apparel, screen prints, art prints, fantastic artists. Those big guys, those little guys, medium guys. Look at all of them.
All the guys.
So good. So lovely. Yes, is there anything else you want to tell us about before you go?
If you're thinking about getting this first self-published run of the card game, I would encourage you to move quickly. We've sold most of our decks, and we're going to a gaming convention in a couple weeks, and I suspect we might clear out our stock.
Great news. Fantastic to hear. I love to hear it. I wish you great success, and I can't wait to see all of you soon. Thanks for calling, and we'll talk to you soon.
Great. Well, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And give kisses to all the kitties for us here in Toyland. All right. Well, that was exciting. We had a special guest appearance from Cherry Moth Cake. Be sure to check out their new game. I'm very excited to play it. You know, I wanted to debut it here on the show for you all, so I haven't even opened it up and looked through it. But now that we were doing the show, we can play it tonight with our kitty cats. Yes. All right. Let's see. We just have a few more things. So, just a few more things to show from our toy haul here this year at Assembly Required. I did get some fantastic gifts from our good friend at Pickman's Vinyls, Professor Pickman. And you're not going to believe these things because they are incredible. First of all, upon arriving, now I should say we spent the whole weekend with Professor Pickman. He got to stay in the Toy Castle with us during the entire weekend of the expo and traveled to the puppet show, helped us in many ways take care of all of these things. And then on top of it, gave me presents. So check this out. He gave me one of these, which is a Pee Wee Herman and Terry action figure set from NECA Toys. Look at how fun that is. Of course, everybody knows that I am a massive Pee Wee Herman fan and forever indebted to Pee Wee for life inspiration. So thank you to Professor Pickman for that. But wait, could it possibly get better? Could he have done something to top even this? It seems mind-boggling. It seems astronomically impossible. But friends, wait until you see this. Here, it is a Pickman's Vinyl original Wheeler from Return to Oz. This is beautiful. And look, it's set, I mean, this is such a brilliant toy because if we look at it, zoom out, it's actually set in the Wheeler zone where they were in the movies, coming out, being completely terrifying. And then the package is made in such a way that you can actually sort of wheel him around in there and play with it in the package. Brilliant. So much fun. Look at that. And this package is designed so that you can easily pop him out to play with. And look at that. And look at the exquisite details here. Look at, he's got the mask on the head, the jacket looking movie accurate. Everything about this. I mean, this is just literally one of the coolest toys I think I have ever known. Yes, brilliant packaging, brilliant build. It is fully articulated. Every point of articulation here, arms, legs, excellent sculpt. Of course, ever since I first saw this movie many, many, many years ago, I've always wanted one of these. I wanted to make one myself, but luckily, Professor Pigman has made one for me. And so let me just pop that back in there carefully. So cool. And there you can see it again. He can wheel around in his own little package. Very cool, very excited. Thank you so much for this, Professor Pigman. I saw you in the comments. Absolutely wonderful. I cherish this. It will. We'll have to find an excellent place in the Toy Castle to put that up on display. So much fun. All right, and finally, we have one more thing to show you, which is equally astounding. Our friend Fritz from Throwaway Toys showed up. He is recently moving to Texas, away from us, been a long time part of our toy family, and surprise show up to the show. He brought presents for lots of people and toys that he knew some of us needed. But wait until you see what he brought for me, because it is probably the greatest thing that I own at this point. And I've always wanted one of these. It is in the box and everything. Look at that. Here it is. Pee-wee's Playhouse set. There is the front of the box. In the box, I should say, first of all, in the box, there's the side of the box and the back of the box with all of the characters. But here's what's so exciting about this, is that all of these characters down here are also inside of the Playhouse. It came with all of the toys. They're all in there. What's this? Some bonus toys just flying out of the box. Look at this. Got a bonus witch. And wait, there's bonus. I didn't expect the bonus toys. Hold on. Let's look at the bonus toys first before we look at the Playhouse itself. The box is beautiful. Oh my goodness, there's just tons and tons of bonus stuff in here. I didn't expect all of the bonus things. Oh my goodness, these are adorable. So look, I have a little customized, personalized Muppet Happy Meal toy from Throwaway Toys. This is gorgeous. I can't even believe that that was in there. I love it. And then, see what's in here. Here, oh, I love these. These are classic antique acrobats that you can, oh my goodness, you're not even gonna believe how beautiful these things are. They're stackable and they're acrobatic clowns. Look at that. Oh my goodness, Fritz, I didn't even know this stuff was going to be in there. You are very, very kind, sir. Look at that. So we have some acrobatic clowns. Love that. And more little acrobatic stackable wooden ones. Probably need a flatter surface than this, but look at how darling these are. So some very cool old-timey circus toys. Those are awesome. Very cool. So that was a surprise. I didn't even know that that was going to be in the box. Very exciting. Let me put those. I know the clowns are incredible. I didn't even know that was in there. So I love it because I love surprises. Love those clowns, right? All right. Let's see what other things we have here. The bonus toys from Fritz and Throwaway Toys. In here, it looks like, oh, there's some sort of cutie witch. Maybe this is from some sort of anime that I don't follow, so I don't know. Let us know in the comments what character this is. I've never watched it, but look at that little cutie. All right, little cutie witch with a little cutie hat there. And in this bag, it's full of pirates. And Fritz knows that we have a big pirate collection in the Toy Castle, so these are going to be welcome additions. Look at all of these pirates here. Very, very cool. Oops. All right, time for the pirate parade. And two more, these guys. All right, well, this will go great with our display of pirates right in the front door by our showcase. We have hundreds of little pirate toys. Always love more pirates. Brilliant surprise from Fritz. And there's something else in here. What is this? Looks like a transformy McDonald's Chicken McNugget Transformer vintage Happy Meal toy. Let's see if I can figure out how it works. Oh my goodness, I love this. I never had one of these. I have, I think, all of the other ones, but never had the transforming robot Chicken McNugget. So look at him. Very cool. And then he can go and just be Chicky Nugs. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. All right, we're running a little bit late on the show, but let's look at this real quick. It is an intact, fully complete. Yes, come on in. It's time to let down your hair. Let the fun begin. All right, here we go. So that's the door. You go inside and bam, look at that. We have all of these things. We can put it together. This goes right there. All right, and there's Pee-wee's bike and Cherry. Put Cherry where Cherry belongs. Cherry goes somewhere over here, I believe. No, that's the kitchen. So Cherry would be over here by the window. This goes up here. Put that there for now. All right, and let's see who else we have. We have, of course, Pee-wee. put Pee-wee and Cherry while we unpack what else is inside of here. Fantastic. We have Ricardo, Pee-wee's sports instructor friend, who tells us about fitness. We have Reba the mail lady, delightful, and she's got a little stand, and she brings Pee-wee his mail and also goes on weird adventures. And then we also have Pee-wee's glamorous neighbor next door, Miss Yvonne. There's Miss Yvonne. Oop. All right, and let's see if we need the Conky 2000 here to assist you. Pee-wee. All right, so if we need the word of the day, which is always for us going to be fun, there is Conky to give the word of the day. And if we need to find somewhere in the world to get familiar with, here we have Globy. And a little wind-up Terry, Pee-wee's best friend. And, of course, everyone's favorite puppet nuisance. Hey, Pee-wee. Hey, yeah, it's me, Randy. Yeah, I'm a total jerk. I'm just on the show to be a jerk. All right, so there's Randy, Pee-wee's jerky puppet friend. And if we want to connect the dots, la 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 la, here comes Magic Screen. Let's try that again. So jealous, so amazing. Look at that. Here comes Magic Screen. This is the best toy that I've ever had. The box is incredible. Everything about it. Look, little lenticular real Magic Screen on the Magic Screen. Let's see, we have some furniture here. We have a little TV and a little bit, one of these things, whatever those are. And there's Pee-wee's. Oh, and look, Mecha Lecca Hi, Mecha Heiny Ho. We have Jambi for our daily wish right there. R.I.P. John Paragon, we love you forever. We got a little Jambi. So this is the Jambi stand, I guess. And let's see. Well, Dirty Dog. Oop. Here they are, Dirty Dog. Cool Cat and Chicky Baby are the puppet band. And then finally, look at this. This is very cool. You're not going to believe it. Let's see. We'll open the door here. Let the cartoon begin. We have King of Cartoons, who I love because I love cartoons. And then here we have Pee-wee's helmet for when he's going to go on his bike and skate out of here, which is always a sad part. We have a little bit of, here's Pee-wee's kitchen table. Put that over in the kitchen area. And then, finally, one of my personal favorites. Well, howdy, Pee-wee. It's Cowboy Curtis. There's Cowboy Curtis. So look at that. Complete set, all of the figures together as one from the greatest television show known to mankind in 1998, or 1989, I mean. You got those numbers mixed up, but look at that. There they are. Everyone. So much fun. Absolutely beautiful. Well, that is just the best. Thank you so much, Fritz, for this. And I'll be contacting you soon for some way to try and repay you for what is to me the most magnificent gift of all time. No one ever bought me that when I was a kid. I always wished that I did have it. But I did have a Pee-wee and a couple of the other toys, but not the whole thing like that. I mean, I'm gonna have to build a display in the house to put that up. Before we go, we have one more special guest caller waiting in the green room. Bring him on! Hello! Look who it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Matt, the founder and creator of Assembly Required here in our 6th year.
Hey, Toybox, how's it going?
Good, and did you bring your kitty cat as well?
Yeah, no, this is my pet Tribble.
Oh, it's a Tribble. And
Yeah,
so,
it's a Tribble.
Fantastic.
Well, I saw everybody else was bringing their pets on, so I thought I'd bring my Tribble on.
And as right you should. How are you, my friend? Tell us, so this was the 6th year that you have done Assembly Required.
Yep. You're number 6, 5th in person and 1 virtual, if you remember that.
Well, I do. I don't think I will ever forget that one. And so we are in 6 years of the show, and I feel like, I mean, I say this every year, but it seems like it just gets better and better every time. It's like, how can it be? It's such a great thing.
Yeah, I agree. It does get better and better. It's the artists are always so great. It's great to see everyone. It's like a family reunion. I think I've heard it referenced that quite a few times. It's really, really a great time. Besides seeing great art and buying some great toys, they're all really great people. So it's really great and honored to be able to host something like this. That means so much to so many people.
I have to agree. A family reunion is an accurate description of the expo because I feel like it's more than half, maybe 60% of the artists are repeat artists that have been in years past. Some have been every single time. Some not everyone, but most that are familiar to me. And then a little sprinkle of some newbies, which is always exciting and fun to see new people coming in. Sometimes they're old veterans that have been doing it for a while, but they're just new to the show. And then sometimes they're brand new artists to the medium. And all of those things I find very exciting when we're in the room in person.
Yeah, I think you're right on the 60-40. Usually it's like about 50-50, but the 60-40 was about right. And it's really important, I got afraid leading up to this year that we would have so many return that we wouldn't have as many new artists. And I really wanted to stick to my guns and make sure that we had a good showing of new artists, because it's about the new blood. It's about the next generation. It's about, getting new people in there. And we definitely had plenty of first time exhibitors in this year. And it was really, really cool to have them there. It gets me really excited because I know how excited they are to be in that room and around these other artists that have just a lot of them have been in the culture for a long time. So I'm just now excited to see what they're going to do next.
Absolutely. I get excited about the same types of things, just to see the new things that people bring. And also, if you heard my story about the Fiend capsule wraith, I've wanted this for like 7 years. And
Yep.
this was
I'm right there with you.
the very first toy show where I met him in like 2017 or 18, and he had them. And I
Yeah.
didn't get one then, and then I was kicking myself, and then they came back. So you got
Mhm.
one too.
Yeah,
Very
actually,
cool
it's
toy.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I actually brought some toys that I got, and I didn't bring this one out because I'm out in my studio right now. And as soon as you brought that out, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that. I ran in the house and I had to get that.
Fantastic. Yeah, and you know, some of the new artists that were new to me that I think made a big impact. Ocular Rhombus. A lot of people were quite excited about some of those things that they brought, and yes, very weird, very cool. Look at that.
Yeah.
So many
This one
cool
over here,
pieces.
this one I want. This is the one I really wanted, but then we saw this one, and I had to bring my wife over because she had to have it signed. And this one was actually from his. He did a Hanukkah show, heavy metal Hanukkah. So this one was from the heavy metal Hanukkah show.
Fantastic. I mean, I think their table for me was a little bit overwhelming because there were so many pieces that I was interested in. I didn't know where to stop. But yeah, fantastic new people to the show. I loved that. What are some other things that you got that you were excited about? The little.
This is another Pocket Salsa, first time exhibiting at a show. I knew when he posted these that I needed to own one. So I'm really happy that I was able to pick up this one.
I also am a big fan of this figure. Of course, I'm a big Ultraman fan for many years and love Garamon, one of my favorite kaiju. You know, this was on my list. Walking around, I definitely wanted one and was going to get one. And then when I came back, the colorway that I wanted was gone. And so I was like, maybe I'll
Was that this one? Did I get the one that you wanted?
No, the one I
with
wanted
the purple
had some pink in it. It was pink and white. Yes, but those were very cool. That was something that I was looking at as well. And yes, I agree. Fun new person to have. What else you got?
Well, this one, speaking about new people and experiences with the culture, this artist, Cool Cat, did this piece that I knew that I needed to own. And Cool Cat was was exposed to this culture during our 2020 event right before COVID, and he went into hiding during COVID, learned the techniques, learned the process, and came out swinging with some magnificent pieces. So once I saw him posting this piece, I knew I had to own this.
Yes, absolutely. That is a very cool one. It's got like a little koi fish samurai. Beautiful, beautiful piece.
Yeah, and the top actually comes off, and you can put legs on them. But I'm just gonna keep him on the fish.
Very cool.
He's so well sculpted. I mean, the detail, I don't know if you can see how detailed that is, but just the amazing amount of detail that he's put into even the claw and the rope on the claw. It's really stunning, the amount of the quality of work.
Really, really is a fantastic piece. And so that piece is an original sculpt and not what we call in the business kit bashing. For those watching at home that aren't familiar with this art form, sometimes people sculpt an original toy out of clay and then cast that into different plastics and make their toys. Sometimes they just cut up their old toys and glue them together. And the Cool Cat figure that you just showed us is all an original sculpt.
Yep, absolutely. 100%. Yeah. That's the most incredible part about it. It's not just something put together. It's literally from scratch, handmade, which is magnificent.
Really magnificent piece. Do you have any other things that you would like to share?
This one blew me away because I had never seen this character before. I could name just about any action figure that somebody kit bashes and figure out where they came from, but I had never seen this. And this was done by an artist, General Purpose. he had cast a European action figure that came out. I don't even know how old it is, but she's called Sky Girl. Yeah, Sky Girl. And he's been hunting down that piece for years, and he finally found it. And the first thing he did was take it apart and cast it and mold it. So when I saw this thing, I was like, "What is this?" And he explained to me the backstory behind the character. She's got a little papoose on the back with a little baby in it.
Yes, General Porpoise had some casts of some very rare action figures, I noticed as well. Not only these weird European figures, he also, and this was another thing that I should have got and then I didn't get it. And then, lesson learned, when you see the thing, just get it. Don't wait.
Yeah.
He had also a cast of a Knickerbocker Lord of the Rings Gollum figure, which is an
I didn't see that.
incredibly rare. Those Knickerbocker Lord of the Rings figures are incredibly rare. From the late 70s, around the Ralph Bakshi films, there was a line of toys after the Star Wars figures came out. They made, and I remember seeing the advertisement in old comic books when I was a kid.
Right, yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, how do I get these? I want these things. And you never saw them at the store. And he had cast a Gollum. Somehow he had gotten a hold of it. It was quite
I missed that. I did not see that.
Quite a thing to behold. Very beautiful. I knew what it was right away, and it blew my mind. And it was just, a perfect cast of the figure. There was nothing added. It was just, he was just casting them in different colorways. Really nice.
That's amazing.
Yes. Well, any other things that you would like to share? This is fun. I love looking at what other people get.
I really like that your previous guest on there, Cherry Moth Cake, because I too have picked up the card set that they brought to the event, and as a matter of fact, one of the best moments I'll be looking back on this event is Monday morning after the event. We connected at a coffee house and played the game, and once I played it, I needed to own it. And in the game, the one that I got was this hollow.
Ooh. I did not get one of those. Very cool.
Yeah, I noticed you got number 1 set, so at least I got the hollow.
Right, I got the very first one, which they did not include the special card for some reason. But that is very fun. I didn't even know that there was special cards hidden in some of the decks. How exciting!
Yeah, I think they said that they did the hollows later, and there were few and far between. It wasn't in all the decks. There were just I think they scattered them in random decks.
Well, great luck and great fortune. It's just a testament to how fantastic the show is itself, and how much love and family and joy and surprises it brings together every year for so many people. And this year, I think one of the things for me, which was a big highlight, was the amount of kids that were there, and the amount of kids that were really excited about just the things that they saw, and just interested in toys and all of the things. I know that there was one kid that came with his parents, and this was very exciting because he knew who I was because he had watched my show on YouTube, and when it clicked in his mind, he was like, "Wait, you're the witch!" He was so, and it was really, yes. I saw his mind explode. Like, no, you're the guy on the internet that does the toy show. So that was very.
Was that kid wearing a marquee ball cap?
Maybe. I think he
because
did have
there's one 12-year-old boy. His name is Soren. And if he's watching this show, if he watches your show, maybe he's watching it right now. He is a big fan of the show. And I ran into him. He talked about he was collecting the cards that I hand out to all the stores, and he was missing some of the cards. So I went in the back and I got him the cards, and he was so amped up about it that I actually, when I went to storage, I found I had a bunch of lanyards left over and a bunch of old cards left over and a whole bunch of stuff that I put into a box, and I called his dad just like about a week ago, and I said, I got a box for Soren. You guys can come by Marquee and pick it up. And I put shirts in there, and it was just all this swag from the show, because he's like a real fan of the show. So like I'm curious to see if he's going to become a designer toy maker in a couple.
Yes, really fantastic, and really, that is not everything that it's all about, but such a fantastic perk is that when you can inspire and encourage young people in such a way where it's life altering, it's life changing.
Absolutely.
For this kid to meet us and realize like, oh, you're the people that do this stuff. It's really a big deal to them, and absolutely lovely. I also did the same. He wanted to buy a toy for me, and I said, well, you're a fan, so here, take the stickers, take the magnets, take the pins, take all of it. Get out of here, kid. I gave him a bunch of free stuff too, because that's a big part of what I do year round, all over at all of my events, is to help to inspire children. Yes, that is Buzzard Guts, and he says, well, we miss you. Buzzard Guts is watching at home, and yes, we miss you. We want you back. I keep being like, wait, where is he? Why isn't he here? So
I know. I wonder that every year.
Come and see us. We hope we get to see you next year. First weekend of February. Mark it down in your calendars.
Mr. Blank
as well. You
were missed as well.
Totally missed. I did have one person, an audience member, that came up to me and asked me if Mr. Blank was there, and then told me that Mr. Blank was his favorite independent toy maker. And I said, well, don't tell me that. Go message him, let him know. So hopefully he's watching and heard that.
Very cool.
A big fan that was there this year and was looking for you and couldn't find you. So
you see that Buzzard Guts said he's going to be there next year. It just popped up in the bottom of this.
Fingers crossed. That would be tons of fun. And so any other things that you would like to share with us? Any toys you got or things that...
That is everything I got. I had some of my Final Faction G.I. Joe Little People there, and I've got they're going up on my big cartel site. So they'll the singles will be there, and then I'm going to do a whole set release, limited set, because pulling 12 of these pieces and painting them takes a long time. So I'll custom pull sets, but they're all going to go on our big cartel.
Absolutely. I love those pieces, and I really love. Do you have the little howitzer at hand that you made this year?
I don't have that on hand. No, there's only 5 of those because they went up to Clutters in Action, and they will be on there as well.
Nice. So the G.I. Joe Little People also have accessories. So if you liked what you saw, check that out. And what is your shop link?
Quite honestly, I don't know what the URL is, but if you go to my Instagram page, I link to all my stuff there.
From the Instagram. And what is the Instagram handle for Assembly Required? Because everyone here, after the show is over, go and follow and keep up with the updates.
Yeah, well, the best place to do it is from Instagram, because that's where the updates are happening. It's at _assembly required _. But if you go to assembly-required.net, there's also a feed on the webpage that has all the posts as well, and that's where you'll also find the announcements for the upcoming year, where we'll be. And I hit that pretty hard when we started announcing artists and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. And that Instagram page also has a backlog of previous years and a catalog, if you will, of many of the artists probably all the artists that have been featured at the expo. Yep. So you can see over the years all of the cool things and get a real sense of the kind of awesomeness that you'll find at Assembly Required.
Yeah. I mean, sure. Yeah, you can look back all the way to the beginning.
So awesome. So awesome. And we thank you so much for doing this year after year. And I think that it is going to continue to be a massive success. Once again, it will be the first weekend in February, correct?
Yep. I'm looking at the dates are the 1st and the 2nd. It hasn't officially been announced yet because I'm entertaining contracts right now, but we're looking at the first weekend in February. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's a fantastic excuse for anyone that's watching our show, even if they're toy fans or mild enthusiasts, but want for entertainment and art and experience to come visit town, come visit Asheville for that weekend. It's a great time to come. Tourist trade is a little slow because it's in February, so we're not bombarded with hordes of tourists downtown. You can get in at all your favorite restaurants and eat and have a comfortable vacation. So make your travel plans now to come to Asheville the first weekend in February. We should also remind everyone here about these TL figures. He was a big part of our show for many years, and we love TL so much. Dear old friend, this one I got number 12 because one was already sold, and so 12 is my birthday, so I went with 12.
Yeah, you can find those on Hip Hop Toys website. I'm pretty sure it's hiphoptoys.com. But you can also find a page on Assembly Required's website that will also lead you to Hip Hop Toys website where they're selling the Cousin TL figures. And I just spoke to Dee, TL's wife, as recent as just a couple hours ago. And TL's back in the hospital, and there's still he's still trying to still fighting the good fight. So the more that we can sell of those figures, the more that we can support them.
Absolutely. He is fighting, and it is important, if you can throw a little support there. Also, I should mention you can find the link right down there in the comments of this video, and it will be there forever for everyone to go and buy it just right there. It's just right down there. So the link is right below, and, it's for a good cause. Not only do you get a good toy, but you help to support TL and his family. Only $25. So do it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Do you have anything else you want to share with us before we go?
No, that's it's always great to come back and do a wrap up. It's always great to see you. You do a great job on our after party compliments. This was one of the best, I think, this year. And it's always great to see you.
Well, thank you. I thought it was a great show this year as well. We had a huge turnout both for the expo and for the puppet show. So many people came out in the community, and I hope nothing but continued success and growth for Assembly Required. More awesome toys, more fun puppet shows, more friends, and more community. Thank you, Matt, so much. Be sure to, everyone, go and follow Assembly Required on Instagram, and you can find the links from the website as well. And it was assembly-net?
Assembly-required.net.
All right. You can find links to all the stuff from that, to artists, to the toy for TL, to the Instagram page, and whatever. And look at that cool. Yes, I'm jealous. You're just waving it in my face now that I didn't get one of those.
We can share this one.
All right. Yes, we should get together. We should get together more often. Maybe have some pop-up events and play the game and promote all of our friends.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, great to see you. Thanks for coming on, and we will talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Well, that was our big show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget, we have a big dinner theater puppet cabaret happening on February 29th at the Argo Room, brought to you by Jargon Restaurant. So if you want to see me and the amazing Lion Hill in an intimate and special performance just for you, come to that. Otherwise, keep a lookout for Assembly Required next year. Make your plans now, first weekend in February. Go and buy your TL action figures. Go and buy your Cherry Moth Cake card game. And, search out all of these artists. If you saw something you liked, go and support them too. You can find toys. I'm sure they all have online web stores. And if you do some diligent detective work, you will find it all and their links. Mostly you can find them all from Instagram, from Assembly Required. So go and follow that page. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you again next time, hopefully sooner than later.